What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to today's video. In this video I'm going to be talking about all of the score streaks that will be in Advanced Warfare's multiplayer. Now we are going to be talking about all of them known so far and not just the ones that were usable during Gamescom. The image on screen now was taken from the Sledgehammer Games press conference at the start of Gamescom. Sorry for the bad quality of the image, but it's been zoomed in so we can see all of the streaks. So let's get into this. So first of all, we have the UAV, which costs 400 points. Now this is just the same as in previous Call of Duties, so if you've played the game before, you'll be familiar with this. Now I actually did a separate video talking more in depth on the UAV and about all of the different modules available, including turning it into the orbital VSAT. There's a little annotation in the bottom left of this video for you to go and check that out if you missed it. So just click on that and it will take you into a different tab and you can watch that. Now the next one is called the Aerial Recon Drone, which will cost 400 points. I'm not too sure what this one is as I haven't seen any gameplay, but I imagine it's similar to those annoying little things, those annoying little recon drones that we saw from Modern Warfare 3. You know, the ones that stunned you when you got tagged, went around the map tagging enemies for you. But who knows, it could be something completely different that we haven't seen before. Next is the Orbital Care Package, which costs 500 points. Not much I can say about this really, apart from it's exactly the same as all of the other care packages we've ever seen in previous Call of Duty games. The orbital bit just means it comes down from space to keep in with the theme of the game of Advanced Warfare. The next one is the Aerial Assault Drone, which costs 550 score. Now this one really excites me as I have some theories about the modules that will be available. It wasn't available to use during the pre-release build at Gamescom, so these are just my ideas which could be completely wrong. I actually think that this will be very similar to the Hunter Killer drone from Black Ops 2 for those of you who remember that. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's basically a little drone that you threw and it seeked out an enemy and exploded near them and killed them. So I think that's what the Aerial Assault Drone will do, as it makes sense with the name. I am actually doing another separate video about my theory for what one of the modules for this could be, so be sure to check that one out when it comes out in a couple of days, possibly tomorrow. Next up is another new score streak called System Hack. Now this costs 600 score and I have a couple of theories of what it might be. I think it will be like a mini EMP but not as effective. Maybe disabling enemy exosuit abilities and launchers for a duration of time, and also turning enemy equipment into friendly equipment. So say for anything an enemy places down, it may turn into your team's. So say like a sentry turret or a remote turret, if you call it in, it may turn it against the enemies, so it turns into your turret, but who knows, it's just speculation. The reason I say I don't think it will be as effective as an EMP is because I think it's too low cost for a full EMP, and I think that one of the modules for this will actually be the ability to turn it into a full EMP, which takes out enemy score streaks, disables the minimap and optical sights for a duration, as well as what the System Hack does. Now the perk Hardwired also makes you immune from the System Hack as well as the Aerial Assault Drone, so it looks quite useful there. Our sixth score streak is a classic. It's the Remote Turret, which costs 600 points to earn. Now this is basically what it says it is, a remote turret. Nothing much to say about this apart from it's confirmed you can add modules to this to turn it into a sentry gun, which doesn't require you to operate it at all. It just fires and seeks out enemies automatically, and also the ability to dismount the gun and walk around the map firing it and wrecking havoc really. Next up is another new one. It's called the XS1 Vulcan. Now there is a lot of gameplay of this floating around and it looks extremely effective. It's essentially a giant laser beam that you fire from a satellite on the enemies down below. It certainly looks fun to use and will definitely be one of the first I try out when I pick up the game in November. Next we have a score streak called Missile Strike, which will cost you 600 score points. Now again, this wasn't available to use during Gamescom, so there's not that much we know about it. However, we did see it being earned and used during the multiplayer reveal trailer, which you can see in the background behind my voice. Now this looks pretty simple as it's just a missile strike that you fire down on the map with, but which isn't surprising considering the name of it, but who knows, it could be really effective and really well really good to use and effective on the game. Now we're on to our final score streak that wasn't available to use at Gamescom, which is called Bombing Run. This score streak will cost a total of 700 score, and personally I think will be very similar to the Warthog from Black Ops 2. Maybe it's just because of the image used for the score streak, which to me looks very similar to the Warthog, but I also think it will work in the same way. Essentially an aircraft of some sort flying over the map a few times, gunning down enemies and dropping bombs on them, but we'll have to wait and see if this is true when the game comes out. Next up we have the Warbird, which I believe is similar to the Chopper Gunner that we've seen from previous Call of Duties. Now this will cost 800 points, and I think this will be one of the most used score streaks in the game. I certainly know I'll be using it from the very beginning because it looks very good. Essentially it's an aircraft that flies you around the map, where you can fire down on people using twin machine guns just like the Chopper Gunners from previous games. Our penultimate score streak is the XS1 Goliath, which will also cost 800 score. Now this is a giant mech suit that you can jump in and walk around the map tearing up enemies. I think in essence this will be very similar to the Juggernaut kill streak we've seen previously, with the same amount of health and movement speed and whatnot. I don't think this score streak will be used that much once the game's been out for a while, but who knows, it may become a fan favourite. And finally, our last score streak is called the Paladin, which will cost 1000 score. Now this again is a gunship which you're in, and it allows you to fire down on the enemies on the map. To be honest, I'm not quite sure if it will be energy weapons like lasers, or whether it will be rockets and machine guns that you use on the score streak which we've seen previously. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now I will try and bring you guys gameplay of the bigger streaks like the Paladin as soon as the game comes out, so be sure to subscribe to be updated on that, and all my other videos are coming out soon. If you guys have made it this far, I want to say thank you, and if you've enjoyed the video, please leave a like and some feedback down below in the comments, as it really does help me out. Before I go, I just want to say that these are only my opinions, so some of them may be wrong. Hopefully they're not though. And also don't fret about there only being 12 score streaks, as some may be added, but I think there will be lots more available due to the different modules that you can upgrade these score streaks with that we've discussed today. There's one of my previous videos on screen now, so be sure to go and check that out if you haven't already. Just click on the little annotation, and I'll see you guys on another video.